Hello YouTube, this is Keith Kevin Ken. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Time again for another pocket dump deconstruction. And today it is snowing on the East Coast where I live. They predicted, I don't know, 4 to 6 inches. We haven't gotten that yet. But it's coming down. So it's a cold one. This has been a weird winter on the East Coast. We've had weeks where it's been spring-like weather and then overcast and ugly weather like it should be, right, in the winter. And then super cold weather. So whatever. Today is Wednesday, February 20th, 2019. I guess someone commented that I said it was 2017 yesterday. And I apologize for that. I was really running out of here real early so that I could do my executive training. So sometimes when I do that, I just let my mind goes crazy. And I'm sure people who have been following me for a while, you've picked up all the crazy stuff, like when I pick up a Spyderco and call it a Chris Reeve knife or whatever. So I apologize for that. That was Back to the Future. It is February 20th, 2019, and so I got up and said, it's time for me to grab some salt knives because it's wet and snowy outside. And so that's what I did. Two salt knives with LC 200N steel and one with H1 steel, rust proof. So we're going to talk about some of those. You know, I'm 59 and I've been thinking about what am I going to do when I'm retired or whatever. And I've been focusing on maybe fishing, add fishing videos to my videos, do some other things. But I've been really concentrating on these salt knives that I have in my collection. But let's talk about the pocket dump. Today, my tag watch. Tag is, I talked about Chris Reeve. I call it my Chris Reeve of the watch world. It just feels sturdy and everything else. I like tag. Some people don't like tag. But you want to know something? Everyone doesn't like everything. That's from Grandfather Kevin. Because, man, I don't know about this generation. I grew up where it was a given everything everyone didn't like, but boy, it's an interesting world we're in. So just remember, I assume everyone has their own tastes. This channel is just mine. Hold on. Love my cigars, my Romeo and Julieta. One person, and of course, I have been so lucky. Let me knock on wood. For the most part, man, your comments are so great. I love the community that you guys have built. It's so respectful and adult-like. Every now and then I do get, either here or on Instagram, people saying, you shouldn't smoke cigars so much. No, 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 no. I smile. No, 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 no. You shouldn't smoke cigars much. I should do what makes me happy. All due respect, I don't smoke it and blow it in someone's face. I think that's rude. But I do smoke it because I'm a grown man. I work real hard. So I'm not telling you guys to smoke cigars. I'm just telling you that I love them. This is a wonderful Romeo and Julieta Cuban cigar. A short Churchill. I just smoked this not too long ago, maybe 2 weeks or so ago. That's one reason I've been hesitating. This is a real nice cigar. And I shouldn't be hesitating. One reason is I'm lazy. The other reason is I've been hesitating. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got my 6th box of my Provida cigar collection. So, and they're all still in their wonderful packages, keeping them fresh. A long time ago, I told you guys that I've been smoking Cuban cigars. This, of course, is my Shown Design pen. This is the DLC coated, or the DLC pen from Shown Design, which I love. But, oh man, it must have been a year ago. Now, time flies when you're getting old. But I've been saying I want to try some other cigars that aren't Cuban. But man, I just love my Cuban cigars so much. But anyway, so Provida has this wonderful, of course this isn't sponsored, but Provida has this wonderful club where they send you 3 or 4 cigars. They're aged, they're hard to find cigars, lost cigars that they found, or just hard to come by. Just wonderful cigars. None of them are Cuban. It comes with descriptions of them and tasting notes and all of that. So I want to share that with you. Of course, I keep talking about my coins. I want to share with you. I just want to share everything with you. I just haven't figured out how. And I keep saying, oh, on the weekends, I'll just do something. I don't want to upset all the knife people because I'm a knife person. But we'll figure it out. I just think it's interesting. Just like I thought it was interesting when I found out about cigars or coins. I just fell in love with that kind of... I'm a collector, so I fell in love with that kind of stuff. Brand new, right out of the U.S. Mint. They've been minting proof Silver Eagles. They've been minting Silver Eagles, period, through the U.S. Mint. This is the United States 1-ounce silver coin, the Silver Eagle. Lady Liberty on the front, and of course the eagle on the back. This is the proof. You see the shiny background. They release, and this is 2019. I just got it in the mail yesterday. What they do is they'll do the proof version. Then they'll do they'll do 2 other versions. And so as I get those, I'll show them to you. But this is the U.S.'s brand new Silver Eagle. Again, we got into the silver business a little later than the other countries. We started in 1986, but man, for me it seems like that wasn't too long ago. But so what is that, 30 years? Wow. Yeah, 30 something years ago. That's a long time ago. I have all of the Silver Eagles. I collected them all, including the special ones. And I have them like this, where I can put them in my pocket. But I also have them all slabbed. And they're special ones, like the ones that were found that used to be in the towers in New York when it was bombed, and a lot of other special ones. So we'll talk about coins. I'm not as fanatic about my silver and gold and palladium and platinum collecting as I used to be. I sold those off when all of that stuff went sky high, and that's how I started my knife collecting. But today, it's rum, dark rum. It's cold. I feel like dark rum. Let's see. Field notes. I don't know how you make the field notes, guys. If you guys ever had a field note, but man, it's thin, it's light, it's paper, but man, it's rugged. It's really a nice mixture. Something that simple, something that non-electronic that I really love. Field note guides. I also do. I try to carry a notepad every single day with a pen. It just keeps me connected. Sometimes sitting at a bar, I just want to pull out a pad and jot down some thoughts. And it's so much better on a pad than on a phone. For me. This is the LadyBug, Spyderco LadyBug. It's the special one. It's the one for the USN, the usual. Let's see. What do you think? You think it'll focus up for me? The USN, the Usual Suspect Network, a real famous knife collecting group. This is the Spyderco version of this. It's a hawkbill blade, black. Let's see. I carried this one a week or so ago. Still have it on. I'm carrying the serrated edge hawkbill blade version. These are specially made for the USN. They were specially made. H1 steel, you guys know H1 steel, there were two of them. H1 steel, of course, will not rust. Serrated, man, these things, these are some dangerous little knives. They're so sharp and so handy. This, of course, is my keychain knife for today. I love the black and that bright green. The H1 steel, I don't worry about it in the snow. 1.9 inches for that blade. The serrated edge is 1.7 inches. The total length is 4.4, and of course, with that FRN scale, fiberglass reinforced nylon. That's FRN. I call it just some space age plastic. It's so durable and so light. Just 6 ounces for this on my keychain. I talked about, of course, all of these knives. I've done a knife of the day when they were new. This was a real recent release from Spyderco. It was the Spyderco Salt Native, Native 5, which is just great. It came in the plain edge and the serrated edge. This is the plain edge. You guys know the Native, of course. That's one of the American-made Spydercos made in Colorado. It's a special knife for Spyderco. I like it because it's perfect kind of size. The size that I really like, 3-inch blade. It has everything. You can tell a Spyderco foundation knife. I'm calling it a foundation knife. It has a Spyderco leaf-shaped blade. It has that 50-50 choil. See it on the front? So comfortable. Jimping going right to the hole. Of course, this is rust-proof. That's why it's a salt knife. And it has LC200N steel. That steel is used with ball bearings in NASA. Will not rust. You're starting to see Spyderco on certain knives use the LC200N steel instead of the H1. They're still using both of them, but you are seeing some of the knives come with that. I really like it. Bright F. Oh, well, let's talk about some of the stats on this. 3-inch blade, but of course, take away the choil, it's 2.4 inches of edge. 6.9 inches total. And it weighs only 2.5 inches. This is my carry. It's a bright carry. The reason they put a lot of bright handles, and these are FRN scales too, so they're all lightweight. The reason they do this is actually G10, but we'll talk about that later. The reason they do that is, you know, you can really use these if you're boating, fishing, doing something like that. So you can't lose it in water. You know, if you did drop it in water, it's easier to see. And that's why. Easier to see if you drop it on snow, too. So that's my winter carry for today. I got up and I said, let me look at the knives I hadn't carried. And I hadn't talked about my Caribbean in a while. Caribbean. I say Caribbean. I really like it. Spyderco released really all 4 of them. If you look on my channel on the knife of the day, I did all 4 of them. The Caribbean. They did 2 leaf-shaped knives a plain edge leaf shape, and this is the serrated edge leaf shape knife. And they did a rescue shape knife, serrated and plain edge. So this, of course, is the leaf shape. Waterproof, rust proof, because it's LC 200N steel. Drop point knife. Of course, this has a full serrated edge. So sharp, so wonderful. 3.7 inches. It's a bigger knife. That's 3.7 inch blade. 8.5 inches total. This is one reason I didn't want to carry it. It was a little big for me, but this is perfect for fishing, hunting. Full flat ground blade. G10. You can see that color, right? Bright yellow and black. Just a real nice. Feels great in the hand too. These yellow stripes are raised, so you feel them. Gives you a little grip. And I love that this has a compression lock. One of my favorite Spyderco locks is the compression lock. I have to admit, I'm really falling in love with the Smog's push button compression lock. But the compression lock is great. See-through construction. Big lanyard hole. Just a real nice knife. But I've decided not to go with this one today. Just because of size, pretty much. Again, 3.7 inches. 8.5 inch total. 4.2 ounces with that G10 and that compression lock. So this is when I woke up and saw that white stuff on the ground, this is my winter carry. I'm going to do that wonderful Hawkbill Lady Special USN LadyBug with serrated as my keychain. That Salt Native 5, it just came out, was just released not too long ago, which I love, with LC 200N steel. And of course, the knife that almost made the carry is the Caribbean. And there you have it. It's always good to talk to you guys. Have a perfect day. Don't forget to subscribe. It just helps me out. If you're a new subscriber, thank you very much. Still, less than 30% of the people who watch this channel regularly, less than 30 actually subscribe. So if you've been watching it, if you're that 70%, how about taking a couple of seconds to subscribe, turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any of the new knife reviews or these pocket dumps. And when I trim my collection, you have a chance to buy some unused knives at a very, very reasonable price. Have a perfect day. Take good care of yourselves. Goodbye.